Ishabon and Guru in the house, back with another bang on video where, ladies and gentlemen, we've got more news for you guys. But first, let me remind you guys, according to the poll that was set in about the new live that I asked about it to you guys. So you guys have voted out that you want a new live. So yes, tomorrow we are gonna go live for the second time on this channel. So here are the timings I've already put up in my community tab. You can find it there. If you can't, you can watch the timings and earmark, because right now I'm going to create a scheduled video of it. I'll go to YouTube and I'll create it so that you guys can actually wait in the pipeline so that you guys get the content first of all. So it will be really great to see you guys tomorrow in person, and I would love to answer your questions. So because we've got a very good swap deal to discuss today, and not only this, I'm also going to talk to you about more stats and certain important things that happened yesterday against Manchester City. But first, did you know after the game yesterday, Bernardo Silva went and actually asked Bukayo Saka for his jersey? Unbelievable, isn't it? Game recognizes game, talent recognizes talent. Well, the next important news, and the news that this video is completely highlighted on, is Barcelona. According to a report, Barcelona have offered an exchange between Felipe Coutinho and Matteo Guendouzi. For several days, the vice champion of Spain has been working on this hypothesis. The Catalan club and Arsenal have been discussing in concrete terms an exchange between Matteo Guendouzi and Felipe Coutinho for the past few days. Arsenal had established contacts with its advisors for several months. Back from Bayern Munich on loan, Coutinho wants to return to the Premier League, and Guendouzi has been long appreciated by Catalan leaders. The two clubs continue to discuss the deal in the last hours in order to advance on the modalities of this crossover. But for the moment, Matteo Guendouzi has not yet decided on his future destination. According to a certain report. I would not believe it completely, but it could happen. You never know. It is a possibility, but in the coming days, let's see if we get anything concrete with that. Well, moving on. Alan Shearer's Premier League Team of the Week after the Liverpool game for Arsenal. It features Arsenal's Alex Lacazette for his tenacious work ethic that he showed against Liverpool. Well, Villarreal have confirmed that Santi Cazorla's final game will be for the club, that will be the last game of the season, and since returning he managed 43 goals or assists in all competitions for Villarreal. No midfielder in Spain has managed more during the same period. Well, he's aging like a fine wine, just like how it should be. And there was a question, is Santi Cazorla going to return to Arsenal? But there's a problem. Arteta spoke to Santi Cazorla a few months ago about returning to the club in a coaching role from next season, but Cazorla loves the idea of eventually returning to Arsenal, but not now. He feels that he has 1 or 2 more years of regular first team football left in him. So it could be Al Sadd with Xavi, or it could be Al Duhail. You never know where he will end up. But most importantly, he'll be still a player for at least 1 more season. Well, moving on. Well, David Luiz has spoken about on reaching the FA Cup final. It was one of the most very humble interviews. Well, he says, we have a final to play this season. We're going to try to win a title for this club, because this club, I always say, deserves to shine again. I think all the team defended, not just the last line or the goalkeeper. You understand modern football now. Everyone has to defend, to fight, to have the spirit, has to play every ball 100%. So I'm happy with this. And Luiz has opened up about Aubameyang's first goal being a team goal. He says, that's why I say it's part of a process. We could do more in the game, so it's maybe easier and don't run a lot. But the other team, Manchester City, is miles away in front of us. But we were humble. We can hurt the opponent, and we did it. And talking about criticisms, David Luiz says, a lot of criticisms on me. You can say that. I think it's part of football. I understand football is about surviving. I was working hard every single day after my mistakes. I took the blame. I was mature enough to understand that and humble enough to work more. And that is what I love about David Luiz. Yesterday, it was a masterclass. I thought I was not seeing David Luiz. He was great in air. He read the attacks very well. Okay, he neutralized Gabriel Jesus. He neutralized David Silva whenever he made those forward runs. We kept David Silva and Gabriel Jesus quiet, and it was courtesy David Luiz led that backline very well. Well, Arsenal goals against Manchester City yesterday, They scored 2 goals. And did you know, in the previous 7 games, Arsenal had scored only 2 goals against them combined. In all the 7 games total, we had only scored 2 goals. So you can understand we've doubled our tally. Well, Martin Keown has opened up about Aubameyang's second goal against Manchester City. He says, this is where he reminds me of Thierry Henry. Oh my God, if that comes from Martin Keown, Aubameyang, I think is unbelievable, isn't it? Well, Arsenal had 3 shots on target against Manchester City in the first half, as many as they managed in the previous 3 games combined against Manchester City. And imagine that was more than enough to win the game. While Hector Bellerin tweeted out scenes, and yes, Hector Bellerin, I think more than attacking, I think the pre-assist for the first goal, Hector Bellerin was really sturdy when it came to tracking back and probably making those tackles near the box. And yes, he was really doing well, and I think he tried to keep quiet Mendy a lot of times. But more than that, I think it was Sterling who he pocketed a lot of time during the game. Well, Mikel Arteta, on if these wins could convince Aubameyang to stay, he says, the way I look at him, when I speak with him, he sounds pretty convinced. But obviously, if we can see that success and the direction we are taking is the right one, I think he'll be more positive about it, yes. Did you know, Kieran Tierney has not lost a domestic cup game he has started since January 2016. And yes, that unbeaten run continues till the finals. Let's see what happens in the finals, yeah? I'm very positive, but let's see. And I would really like to do some banter here. Look at what Arteta has done to these 2 guys. I mean, they were shell-shocked. Yes, whenever Arsenal actually capitalized on their mistakes, on Manchester City's defensive errors, unbelievable. These guys were fumed, flummoxed, flabbergasted. You can say whatever words you can, but these guys were phenomenally beaten. Well, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang actually, Kieran Tierney tweeted out that he cannot take the assist for that goal because he believes that Aubameyang had the quality. It was not a very good assist, but Aubameyang converted into an assist by scoring a good goal, to which Aubameyang replied on Twitter saying that, come on, that's a effing assist, bro, and thank you for that. Yes, I love this brotherhood, this bromance that brews whenever Aubameyang is speaking to his teammates. Kieran Tierney says, it was tough. We knew we were going to have less of the ball than Man City. Against a tough team, when you get chances, take it. Aubameyang does what he does best and scores 2 goals. I think the managers mentioned it before. We have to suffer together, and in times like this, in games like this, when we get the ball, we want to play and play well. But we know sometimes for 5 to 10 minutes spells, we won't have the ball at all, and we need to stick together. And talking about Aubameyang, Tierney says, he's done it for so long now in his career. For me to play with him is an honor. That ball from me tonight was not a goal-scoring ball, and he makes it a goal, so he's brilliant to play with. Well, did you know Aubameyang has played only 2 FA Cup games for Arsenal, that is against Manchester United and Manchester City, and he scored 3 goals in them. That is a big mentality player, isn't it? Well, if any Arsenal fan tells you that Aubameyang does not score, or if any rival fan tells you Aubameyang doesn't score against big teams, show him the clip that how he pocketed Ederson Moraes twice. Kieran Tierney has opened up about the excitement at being part of Arsenal right now. He says it's brilliant. I said before, I'm learning every single day under the manager, and I'm loving every single minute of it. That is beautiful. Well, did you know Arsenal are on the verge of actually activating Sporting Lisbon winger Joelson Fernandez's 45 million euros release clause? The deal is being closely monitored by the player's father and his agent Kia Joorabchian, who has privileged relationship with Arsenal. The offer is imminent, and if it happens, he would leave Sporting without any room for maneuver, since that's the buyout in his contract. Well, they wanted him to sign a new contract. He's not signing with an improved release clause because he is a talent of a generation, at least for Sporting right now. Well, did you know Arsenal have already requested an extension to Ceballos' loan spell from Real Madrid, but Real Madrid would prefer a sale to raise funds. Player is comfortable and settled, and both parties could find an agreement over a loan with a mandatory purchase clause towards the end of the season for 20 million euros. I think for 20 million euros, Ceballos looks like a no-brainer, but I would still want to see how he plays in the final if he starts for us. Well, moving on. Piers Morgan, how could Piers Morgan not tweet anything when Arsenal beat Manchester City? He says, boom, 2-0. Fantastic pass by Kieran Tierney. Another brilliant finish by Aubameyang. Arsenal demolishing the oil barons. Yeah, yes, the oil barons were defeated, weren't they? Well, yes, Arsenal are trying to extend the loan deal for Ceballos by 1 year with an option to or obligation to buy. Let's see. So that it does not affect this window at all. And talks had actually begun several weeks ago. So let's see. James Benge tweets out, I do agree with the idea that Arsenal should do everything in their power to give Arteta a decent transfer budget to work with. But where does the money come from? Kroenke has always wanted the club to be self-reliant. If that's the case, there isn't a war chest lying around. There really isn't. Well, about Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Arteta is clearly impressed. He says, he had a really good game. I was sure about that with the way he's training, the way he's changed his mentality and mindset. He has everything, great qualities. I believe in him. I had to give him opportunities, and today he did it. Yes, he did. Lovely, wasn't he? Unbelievable. Well, Aubameyang was extremely happy yesterday. He went live on Instagram with his brother and promised Arsenal fans he will open live chat with every fan who posts a comment if we win the FA Cup final. So that would be really great, isn't it? Well, also Ilkay Gundogan has opened up about, he says, about loss to Arsenal. He says, it looked like Arsenal wanted it more to go to the final today, which was the most frustrating parts. And also Arsenal are working on a 2-year extension deal for Emiliano Martinez. He deserves it. Definitely deserves it. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes platform every single day, twice. So sit back, relax and enjoy all the news that comes on this platform. I will see you in my next video. Until then, subscribe and I will see you in my next video. And most importantly, stay tuned for tomorrow. It will be a live and it is 7:30 I think PM Indian Standard Time, 3 PM BST and 4 PM Central African Time. You guys will love it. I'm sure you guys will love it. So mark your calendars. It's going to be the second live tomorrow and I will see you in my next video.